some constructive ideas as to how we can make our system which creates a level playing field in the whole development process. I'm really proud that I was able to take those ideas to the Premier directly, to Kathleen Wynne, also to the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, so that our community's voice is there front and center. And that advocacy resulted in putting this issue around development on the provincial agenda. And as you may remember, last August in 2003, the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing announced that we will be doing province-wide consultations on land use planning and the appeal process. The consultation took place in Ottawa last November in 2003 at Carleton University. About 150 or so community members came to talk about their thoughts about how we can make our land use development process more responsive to the communities. And the result of all those conversations, the result of all that very active advocacy that our community has been able to do, I'm really happy to stand here today to let you know that if the Liberal Party is re-elected, we will be putting forward through legislation some significant changes to the rules around land use planning. There are three key features to the changes of the rules that we are proposing that I want to share with you. Number one is to make sure that there is more mandatory binding citizen engagement in the entire land use planning system. Right now in our system, communities get involved much later on in the process. Their voices have no binding status to it. The result is many times decisions are made that community has no recourse but to go to the Ontario Municipal Board. What we want to do is we want to get the community engaged from the front end. We want to make sure that decisions are being made that meets the needs of the community, that takes into account communities' concerns right at the front end, so that there are better and good decisions that are being made, so there is less need for appeal to the Ontario Municipal Board. So the rule changes that we're proposing will make sure that community engagement is a mandatory part of the entire process, that municipalities, the developers, and the Ontario Municipal Board would have to give regard to the community engagement, the views of the local community, so that the development that is approved in the end of the day really takes into account what the neighbors want within their neighborhood. The second part of the rules changes we are proposing is creating more predictability and transparency around official plans. We want municipalities to undertake comprehensive official plans to make sure that there is a good solid footprint, blueprint to how the city is going to be developed and designed. And we want to make sure that those official plans are not subject to Ontario Municipal Board appeals on a frequent basis. So we're going to be bringing more transparency and more predictability to those official plans, thus reducing the number of OMB appeals to that whole entire process. And the last key change that we are proposing is around making sure that we have more green spaces in our urban neighborhoods available. So we are going to be requiring developers and municipalities to create a parks master plan, so that from the beginning of the process we are identifying where the green space is going to be located, how they're going to be maintained, how they're going to be protected. This is especially important for downtown urban communities like ours, where we're seeing a shrinking footage around green spaces, and this is going to ensure that we have got green spaces that are being protected for a long period of time. All these proposals, I can tell you, are a direct result of the work that our community has been doing right here in Ottawa Centre. This is a great example of the conversations that has been taking place from porch to porch, door to door, community meetings, town halls, policy discussions, actually having an effect at the provincial level. These ideas have been all cultivated at a local grassroots level, and I'm really happy to see that the Ontario Liberal Party is adopting those ideas and will be putting forward, if re-elected as a government, a very comprehensive legislation that is going to put all these ideas into place to make sure that we do have community-inspired development taking place in our neighborhoods, where the views of neighbors are very much part and parcel of the entire development process, and that development, which is welcome in our community, really fits in with the values and the character of our neighborhoods as well.